My beloved child. There is a reason your heart became quiet enough to notice this moment. Out of all the messages that could have reached you today, this one arrived because something hidden has already begun moving around your life, and deep inside, your spirit has been sensing it before your mind could explain it. Don't skip, because what is unfolding is connected to a feeling someone has been carrying in silence for longer than you know. A beautiful detail about you has stayed in someone's thoughts, and it was not something loud, not something you tried to show, not something you even realized could leave such a mark. It was something gentle, something natural in the way you exist, the way your presence carries calm even when you are saying nothing. That quiet beauty reached a soul that has been trying to understand why your memory keeps returning without warning. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the truth is this person did not expect your image to remain with them the way it has. They thought it would pass. They believed it was only a brief thought, a passing impression, but instead your presence kept returning in unexpected moments, during ordinary hours, in silence, in pauses between conversations, in those strange seconds when everything becomes still and one face appears clearly in the mind. What they noticed was not perfection. It was something more powerful than perfection. It was the honesty in your energy, the softness hidden inside your strength, the way your eyes seem to carry stories even when you say very little. There was something deeply human, deeply rare, and impossible to replace. And what surprised them most was how one simple memory became difficult to ignore. Even now, there are moments when they remember one specific expression, one specific tone, one specific detail that no one else would understand but them. That small detail became important without permission. It settled into their thoughts quietly and stayed there. Don't skip, because many people are noticed, but very few are remembered in a way that changes someone's emotional direction. You are being remembered that way. There is something happening behind the silence. This person has been comparing every ordinary interaction around them to the way they felt when your presence crossed their path. They may not even admit this openly, but something inside them became aware that what they felt around you did not feel ordinary. The surprising part is that even they do not fully understand why your presence feels different. They only know that something about you carries peace and mystery at the same time. They noticed how your energy did not ask for attention, yet it stayed unforgettable. And that is why this message found you now, because while you were focused on your own days, your own thoughts, your own quiet questions, somewhere a heart has been revisiting one beautiful impression again and again. Stay till the end, because the next truth matters even more. The beauty they noticed is connected to something deeper than appearance. It is connected to how your soul speaks before words begin. They sensed sincerity in you. They sensed depth. They sensed that you carry emotions carefully, that you do not reveal everything at once, and strangely, that mystery has only made your presence stronger in their mind. Something huge is waiting for you, because what begins as quiet noticing often becomes something far more powerful when time gives it room to grow. There are people who pass through life quickly, leaving almost no emotional trace. But then there are rare moments when one person leaves behind a question that refuses to disappear: why do I keep thinking about them? That question has already begun. And what makes this powerful is that it began naturally, without effort, without force, without explanation. The person connected to this feeling has tried to distract themselves with normal life, but certain moments keep bringing them back to the same realization. There was something beautiful in you that felt real in a world where so much feels temporary. Don't skip, because this next part matters. They are beginning to understand that what touched them was not only what they saw, it was what they felt around you. Your calm affected them. Your energy remained. Your absence became noticeable. And sometimes absence reveals meaning more than presence ever could. There are moments when they suddenly wonder what you are doing, how you are feeling, whether you are smiling, whether life is being gentle with you. These thoughts arrive quietly, but they arrive often. That is not random. That is emotional recognition growing in silence. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and not every connection announces itself loudly. Some begin as quiet attention, as repeated thoughts, as one beautiful detail that becomes impossible to forget. They noticed your kindness in a way you may never have intended to display it. They noticed your patience. They noticed the way you carry your emotions without demanding understanding from everyone around you. And strangely, that restraint became powerful in their eyes. Because in a world where many try hard to be seen, something about your natural presence felt rare. The message reached you for a reason, because this story is not standing still. Even now, feelings are moving where words have not yet arrived. The silence you think means nothing may actually be where everything is forming. And while you hear these words now, somewhere a thought connected to you is becoming stronger than before. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what was first noticed as beauty is slowly becoming meaning. And meaning, once it begins, changes everything. And now something even more unexpected is beginning to surface, because what they first noticed about you did not fade with time, it became clearer. There are people who enter someone's memory for a moment, and then disappear into ordinary life. But your presence did not follow that path. Instead, a small detail about you kept returning with greater force, almost as if every quiet day made that impression stronger instead of weaker. Don't skip, because this part carries a truth that many never realize until much later. What stayed with them was not only how you looked or how you spoke. It was the feeling they experienced after you were gone. Long after the moment ended, something remained in the atmosphere of their thoughts, something difficult to explain and impossible to replace. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and this next truth is where everything becomes deeper. They began noticing that your energy appeared in unexpected moments when they were not even trying to think about you. A familiar silence would come, and suddenly your face appeared in their mind. A normal conversation would happen, and somehow your voice would return to memory. An ordinary evening would pass, yet one thought connected to you would quietly stand above every other thought. That is when they understood this was not an ordinary impression. Something inside them began asking why one person could remain so present without even being near. And the answer kept leading back to the same realization: you carry a rare emotional warmth that reaches farther than words. Don't skip, because many people are seen, but very few create this kind of lasting emotional echo. They notice that your presence has a softness that does not compete, does not force, does not demand attention, yet still becomes unforgettable. In a world full of noise, that quiet beauty became powerful. What surprised them most is that they remember details they never expected to remember. The way you paused before speaking. The calm hidden inside your expression. The sense that behind your silence there was depth they could not fully understand. And mystery, when joined with sincerity, creates something that stays in the heart far longer than expected. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and there is more happening than you know. They have started comparing moments in life to the feeling they had around you, and very little feels the same. That comparison has become impossible to ignore. Even in busy hours, your memory enters quietly and changes the emotional direction of their day. That one beautiful thing they noticed has now become connected to curiosity. Curiosity became attention. Attention became emotional weight. And emotional weight is where hidden feelings begin. Don't skip, because this is where silence becomes meaningful. There are things they have not said aloud, not because they do not exist, but because some feelings take time before they become words. Sometimes a person needs many quiet days before understanding why one face continues returning. Sometimes the heart understands before the mind agrees. And that is exactly where they are now. Something huge is waiting for you, because what they noticed in you continues to grow in importance. They are beginning to realize that your kindness was not ordinary. Your calm was not ordinary. Even your distance has meaning, because absence has only increased awareness. When someone matters, distance does not erase thought, it sharpens it. And your memory has become sharper. Stay till the end, because this next truth is powerful. There have been moments when they almost spoke, almost expressed something, almost allowed their thoughts to become words, but then stopped, wondering whether the timing was right. That pause does not mean nothing is happening. Often, it means something is happening deeply. They are watching their own feelings carefully, because what began as noticing beauty now feels larger than they expected. And perhaps the most surprising part is this: they did not plan for any of it. It arrived naturally. Quietly. Without warning. Without effort. And that is why it feels so real. Don't skip, because not every connection begins loudly. Some begin as one unforgettable impression that refuses to leave. Something in your spirit reached them in a way they cannot easily explain. And once that happens, ordinary days no longer feel entirely ordinary. They begin searching for signs in memory. They replay simple moments. They wonder if what they felt was felt on the other side too. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next chapter has already started forming in silence. What they noticed about you has now become a question they carry privately. Why does this one person still feel important even in silence? That question remains unanswered, but it keeps returning. And every return makes your presence stronger. That is why this message reached you now. Because while nothing may appear dramatic on the outside, inside someone's quiet thoughts, your image continues to shine in a way they did not expect. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the beauty they noticed was only the beginning, and what follows may carry far more meaning than either of you imagined. What they still have not admitted, even to themselves, is that your memory has already begun changing the way they look at ordinary moments. A simple day no longer stays simple when your image suddenly appears in the middle of it. A quiet hour becomes different when one thought connected to you arrives without warning and refuses to leave. Don't skip, because this is the point where something hidden becomes impossible to ignore. At first, they believed it was only a passing feeling, one brief impression that would disappear as life moved forward. But instead of fading, that beautiful detail they noticed in you became clearer, almost as if time itself kept revealing why your presence felt different. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. And this next truth is where silence begins to speak louder than words. They have replayed a moment connected to you more than once. Not because they intended to. Not because they were searching for meaning. But because certain memories arrive on their own when something truly matters. It may have been the way you looked away quietly, the calm in your voice, the kindness hidden inside a small expression, something simple, yet powerful enough to remain alive in memory long after everything else moved on. That is rare. Many faces are seen. Very few remain emotionally visible when the moment has already ended. And somehow, you remained. Don't skip, because this kind of emotional return does not happen without reason. They began noticing that whenever life became noisy, their thoughts moved toward the one memory that felt calm, and strangely, that memory often led back to you. Your presence became associated with peace. And peace is unforgettable when someone has been surrounded by ordinary noise for too long. Something huge is waiting for you, because what they first noticed as beauty is now becoming trust in something they do not yet fully understand. They feel that your energy carries sincerity. That there is something deeply real in you. Something that does not need to prove itself loudly. And because of that, your quietness has become more powerful than many loud impressions around them. Stay till the end, because the next part carries a surprising truth. There are moments when they almost search for signs connected to you without even realizing it. A familiar phrase reminds them of you. A passing scene brings back your image. A certain silence feels similar to the feeling they had when you were near. And suddenly, they are thinking again about the one person they did not expect to occupy so much inner space. That is how emotional importance grows, quietly, repeatedly, naturally. Don't skip, because some people enter memory lightly, but only a rare few begin influencing thoughts without effort. You became one of those rare thoughts. And now they are beginning to wonder whether what they felt in your presence was the beginning of something larger. That question has no final answer yet, but the question itself has become powerful. Because once someone begins asking why one person feels different, ordinary explanations no longer satisfy them. Something huge is waiting for you, because there have been silent moments when they realized your absence felt stronger than expected. And absence only becomes noticeable when someone matters more than they planned. That realization arrived quietly. Not dramatic. Not loud. Just one honest moment where they understood, your presence had left more behind than they first admitted. Stay till the end, because this next truth matters deeply. They noticed beauty in you that goes beyond appearance because what touched them most was the way you carried yourself without trying to impress. That natural sincerity became unforgettable. The way you simply existed became meaningful. And many do not realize how powerful that can be until it begins returning in thought again and again. Don't skip, because while nothing may have been openly spoken, inside them a quiet comparison has already begun. They compare ordinary conversations to the comfort they felt near your energy. They compare passing moments to the strange calm your presence created. And more often than not, everything feels less complete than that one memory they continue holding. Something huge is waiting for you, because hidden feelings often begin exactly this way, through repeated memory, silent curiosity, and the slow realization that one person continues standing apart from everyone else. There is also something they have not fully said aloud. They wonder whether you know the effect you had. They wonder whether you sensed any of this. They wonder whether the quiet connection they feel was noticed on your side too. Those questions remain private, but they continue growing. Stay till the end, because the heart often moves before words are ready, and right now words are still catching up. But feelings are already ahead. And that is why this message reached you now. Because somewhere behind ordinary life, your presence is still being remembered with unusual clarity. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what they noticed as beautiful has now become something they carry into moments when no one else is watching, and that kind of memory rarely stays small for long. There is a moment they have not forgotten, and the surprising part is that even they cannot explain why that one small memory still feels so alive. Out of many ordinary days, one quiet impression connected to you stayed brighter than expected, almost untouched by time. Don't skip, because this is where everything begins to feel even more powerful than before. They tried to move through normal routines, to let thoughts come and go as they always do, yet your presence kept returning with unusual clarity. Not loudly, not dramatically, but with a calm strength that slowly became impossible to ignore. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and this next truth may explain why your energy continues reaching them even in silence. What they noticed about you was not something common. It was the rare balance between softness and depth, the kind of beauty that does not demand attention but still remains unforgettable after the moment ends. There was something in the way you carried your silence that felt meaningful. Something in your natural expression that felt honest. And honesty leaves a stronger mark than many people understand. That is why even now, without effort, certain moments still lead them back to you. Don't skip, because some memories fade quickly, but when a person touches the heart through sincerity, memory becomes stronger with distance. They have had quiet moments where your name almost formed in thought before they even realized what they were remembering. A small pause in the day. A sudden silence. A familiar feeling. And there you are again, appearing in the center of their attention without invitation. Something huge is waiting for you, because this repeated return has started making them ask deeper questions. Why does one face remain clear when so many others disappear? Why does one memory feel calm while everything else feels temporary? Why does one quiet presence continue carrying meaning long after the moment has passed? These questions do not appear unless something real has already begun inside. Stay till the end, because there is another truth they are slowly discovering. Your presence gave them a feeling they had not expected to value so much. Comfort. Not excitement that fades quickly. Not noise that disappears by tomorrow. But comfort that stays. And comfort becomes precious when it arrives unexpectedly. Don't skip, because what they noticed as beautiful is now becoming something they trust emotionally, even before fully understanding it. They remember how natural your energy felt. No force. No performance. Just something deeply genuine that stood apart from everything artificial around them. That difference has become impossible to forget. And the more life moves forward, the more they realize how rare that feeling truly was. Something huge is waiting for you, because even now they may be holding back words they almost allowed themselves to say. There have been moments when they nearly reached for expression, nearly allowed thought to become voice, but paused. Not because nothing exists, but because some feelings grow quietly before they are ready to be shared. Silence does not always mean emptiness. Sometimes silence means something valuable is still forming. Stay till the end, because this next realization changes everything. They have begun noticing that your absence itself carries weight. When someone becomes emotionally important, even distance begins speaking. Ordinary hours suddenly feel incomplete. Certain moments feel as if something gentle is missing. And without fully intending to, they begin wondering how you are, what your day looks like, whether life has been kind to you. That kind of wondering does not come from nowhere. Don't skip, because this is where hidden connection becomes undeniable. They noticed beauty in you, but now they are also noticing how often your memory arrives when life becomes quiet. And quiet moments never lie. Because when everything external slows down, the heart reveals what remains important. Something huge is waiting for you, because your memory has already passed the stage of simple noticing. It has entered the place where one thought returns with meaning. One feeling remains longer than expected. One person quietly becomes different from the rest. Stay till the end, because the next chapter may arrive when least expected, and often the strongest emotions reveal themselves only after silence has done its work. For now, what matters is this: the beauty they noticed has not disappeared. It has deepened. It has stayed. And in ways they still cannot fully explain, it continues becoming more important. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because sometimes the quietest impression becomes the one that changes everything later. What has remained hidden until now is becoming stronger, because some feelings do not arrive all at once, they grow quietly until even silence can no longer hide them. The person connected to your energy has reached a point where your memory no longer feels accidental. It now arrives with meaning, with weight, with that strange certainty that something important was noticed and cannot simply be forgotten. Don't skip, because this final part carries the deepest truth of all. What began as one beautiful detail has become a lasting emotional presence. They remember not only what they saw, but how they felt afterward. That feeling has stayed longer than expected. And sometimes the strongest sign that someone matters is when the emotion remains long after the moment itself has passed. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and this next truth explains why your presence continues returning in their quietest hours. There have been moments when they suddenly stopped in the middle of ordinary life because one thought connected to you arrived with unusual clarity. No reason. No outside trigger. Just a sudden return of your image, as if the heart refused to let the memory fade. That kind of return happens only when something inside has attached meaning to someone. And whether they speak it or not, that meaning has already begun. Don't skip, because the beauty they noticed is no longer just a memory, it has become part of how they interpret calm, sincerity, and emotional comfort. Your presence now represents something rare in their thoughts. Something real. Something unforced. Something they cannot easily compare to anyone else. And that is why your memory continues standing apart. Something huge is waiting for you, because they are beginning to understand that not every important connection begins with immediate words. Some begin with repeated silence, repeated thought, repeated emotional return. And by the time words become possible, the feeling has already grown much deeper than expected. Stay till the end, because there is one surprising truth they may never have planned to face: your absence has taught them how visible your presence truly was. When you are not there, certain moments feel incomplete in ways they did not predict. That quiet incompleteness has become impossible to ignore. And through that realization, they have started understanding how strongly your energy remained with them. Don't skip, because many people are remembered briefly, but only a few become part of someone's inner world. You have entered that inner space. Not through effort. Not through force. But through something natural that touched them before they even understood what was happening. That is why this message reached you for a reason. Because while nothing may look dramatic on the outside, inside someone's heart a beautiful recognition has already taken root. Something huge is waiting for you, because they now notice details connected to you everywhere. A familiar tone reminds them of your voice. A certain expression in another person suddenly brings back your face. A quiet evening makes them think of the peace they felt around your presence. And each small reminder makes the memory stronger instead of weaker. Stay till the end, because this is where everything becomes unforgettable. They have started asking themselves whether some connections are meant to arrive gently so they can be understood slowly. Because what they feel around your memory has not disappeared with time, it has matured. It has become clearer. And clarity changes everything. Don't skip, because there are feelings that remain hidden only until the heart becomes honest enough to admit them. And honesty is getting closer. Even if words are still delayed, inner truth is already moving. That movement cannot be rushed, but it also cannot be stopped once it has truly begun. Something huge is waiting for you, because the beauty they noticed in you became the doorway to something larger: respect, emotional curiosity, and a quiet sense that your presence carries meaning beyond one ordinary moment. That meaning has survived silence. And whatever survives silence usually matters deeply. Stay till the end, because this final truth belongs here. Sometimes the heart chooses one person quietly before the mind has language for it. That quiet choosing often begins with one unforgettable detail. One feeling that refuses to fade. One presence that keeps returning when everything becomes still. And for them, that presence has been you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what they noticed as beautiful may be remembered as the exact moment everything inside them began to change.